Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Wednesday, November 17th, 2021. We again find ourselves in the final hour of the trading day. The final hour of the trading day is my favorite time to make the majority of my buying and selling decisions for my swing trades, because at the end of the day, the large financial institutions come in, they take control of the price away from the day traders and the algorithms. I consider the closing price to be the most valid price of the day, and therefore those are the levels and those are the prices that I make my buying and selling decisions for at the end of the day, right before the market closes. So I love being a end of day trader. I think it affords a lot of positive benefits, and most importantly, in my opinion, it does provide a long-term edge in your trading, which is what we are all looking for. So thank you for coming today. It's nice to see everyone. I hope you're having a really good day. I hope you're having a good trading day, and I appreciate you spending your time here. Currently, the Dow is down 197 points, down 0.55%. The NASDAQ down 33 points, down 0.21, and the S&P down 9 points, down 0.19%. So it looks like the Dow Jones getting the worst of it today. So here's the plan for today, everyone. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back, take a look at my current positions, my current swing trade positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, and how I am going to manage them going forward. After that, I did have some day trades today that I will share with you as well. After that, we're going to go over to the board, take a look at my students' current positions, talk about when they bought them, why they bought them, and how they are performing. After that, I'm going to switch gears. We're going to talk about trader psychology. Most important skill you can ever learn in trading is the ability to create a plan and follow it. There's the old saying, plan your trade and then trade your plan. And that's why I talk about trader psychology, about the emotions that get revved up and amplified whenever there's big movement, either to the upside or to the downside. So we're going to spend a few minutes, talk about trader psychology. After that, I have gone down through my watch list. I have gone down through the results of Kamal's scanner. I do have 3 requirements before I look to enter any trade. First, combination or a confluence of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. Secondly, I need a good risk to reward ratio, at least 2 to 1. So if I'm risking $1,000, I need to be able to make $2,000 or more to the upside to make the asymmetrical math work. And then lastly, I need to have a complete trading plan, regardless of the market that I'm trading, regardless of the approach that I'm using. And for me, that includes the following. Number 1, position size based upon current market volatility. Number 2, know what your maximum allowed loss is. Number 3, know where your emergency stop is. Number 4, know where your end of day stop is. Number 5, know where number 5, know where your intraday profit targets are. Number 6, know where your significant overhead resistance levels are. And number 7, have a good trailing stop methodology in place so that if you do have a winning trade, you don't give it all back, because that's the worst. So that's the plan. I'm going to go through, take a look at those current potential end of day candidates, look at the risk to rewards, look at the time frames, look at the confluence of signals, and if I do find something that looks good, I will buy it prior to the market, right before the market closes. After the market closes, if anyone has any questions, please let me know. If you need clarification on anything, please let me know. I'm happy to clarify. If there's any stock symbols that you would like me to look at prior to the market closing, if you could just put those in the live stream, put an emoji by it, and I will do my best to get to it before the market closes. And then lastly, if any of my students have any entries or exits for me today that they would like me to update, if you could please wait till the end of the day so I'm done teaching, done trading, pressure's off, and we'll spend as much time. So that's the plan for today. So hang tight. I am going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer, and I'll be back in 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, let's see who is here today. Paxton is here. Nice to see you, Packy. Hope you're having a great day. Nigma is here. Hello, everyone. Nice to see you, Nigma. Hope you are having a good day as well. There's Karen, Wiener Dog Trading. Good to see you, Karen. Hope you're doing well. Looking forward to our lesson tomorrow night. There's my friend Tracy, the other half of the dynamic duo with Paxton. Good to see you, Tracy. She says hi, Greg and everyone. And Bacon Bandit. Good to see you, Bacon. Hope you're doing well, Mike. And hope you're having a good day down there in Texas. So, all right, well, let's get to it. Kind of an unkind day, actually, for a variety of reasons. Here we go. Karen and Lava and I, we did buy Alibaba a couple days ago with the 520 crossover in the value zone, bought at 167.02 on the 520 crossover. Today we have earnings. I'm sorry, tomorrow is earnings on the 18th before market opens. So I do have to get out of this tonight because I don't want to hold through earnings. This is trade started out good. It's down 9.39% today. So it's down on the day and it is down about 3.21% on the week or on the trade. I will be getting out of this today at the close because earnings are tomorrow morning. CFG. We have, who do we have? Is it just me? No, Lava and Dynamic Duo. We did buy Citizens Financial FSG with this higher low V2 520 crossover. Bought it at $47.99. It's $49.93. It did reach my 1.5 ATR trailing stop level. And this particular trade down a little bit on the day, 0.58, but it is up 3.99%. So good little trade there. CMG, also not so kind. David, Ava, Lava, and I, we did buy CMG with this 520 crossover in the value zone, bought it at 18.1650, moved up nicely, did take some profits. I always take profits when it moves a certain amount from the previous day's close. So did get out some profits on the way up. Orange line here is 1.5 ATR trailing stop level. This saved a little bit. This is one of the reasons I use these rules. We moved 1.5 ATRs from entry. Then we had a close below the previous day's low. So I did lock in half profits yesterday because it closed below the previous day's low. Today, however, I took this with a 520 crossover. Right now, the price looks like it's closing below both the 5 and the 20. If that's the case, my rules call for me to sell half. Has not hit my emergency stop yet. Is down on the day 1.23%, and this particular trade down about 0.62%. But when you factor in the profit taking and the trailing stop level, it's probably up. But I will be selling half today because I took it with the 520 crossover, and we are closing below both the 5 and the 20. But glad that I took half yesterday with the trailing stop rules. Facebook, Ava, Karen, Steve, and I, we did buy Facebook. Aaron, Karen, and myself, we did buy Facebook with the close over the 200-day moving average. 352.52, moved up nicely, got to trailing stop level. Then I had a close below the previous day's low. I got out of half. I kept the other half. It is down it's down 0.31% today, but this particular trade up 5.32. And then Steve Burns also bought it with a different signal back here on the 12th at 340.13 with the 520 crossover. It's 341.88. So again, this one down on the day, but up for Steve on the trade. Karen and Ava and I down on the day, but up for us on the trade as well. Play worked out pretty well so far. I did buy Dave & Buster's yesterday with this return to value sideways motion V1 trigger. Bought at 38.32, did hit one profit target today at 39.07. It's 38.98. It's up 1.64% on the day and also on the trade. Here's the bad one. So, I was teaching last night and I told my student the emergency stops, you only hit them about 5% of the time. Well, I hit one today along with Steve, Karen, Ava, Lova, Jonathan, and Kamal. I like this setup. We moved down, we found some buyers, we had a V1 trigger. It started off good. My red line here is 2 ATRs from entry, so I hit my maximum allowed loss. I do not wait till the end of the day. As soon as it hits it, I get out, which I'm glad because I got out at 250.30, still not great, but it's 243.80. So whenever I hit my emergency stop, it happens, but down 11.8% today. So Roku really having a tough day. And then SPY, I do buy the SPY every day at the close. I hold it overnight. I take the overnight risk. I sell it first thing the next morning. This was a loss, 2 days in a row on the loss. Bought this at 469.28. Sold it this morning 468.80. So I got in at 469.28, got out at 468.80 for a loss. I will be buying that again today at the close. Now, day trades. Did have some day trades today on Apple. I bought Apple here on the 5-minute, false breakout to the downside and a V1, bought at 154.13. Next bar moved up. I took half profits at 154.31. Another move up, took another half profits at 154.45. Then had a close below the previous day's low. I was out of the trade. So I got in at 154.13, out at 154.29, out at 154.31, and out at 154.45 for the day trade. All right. VIX, I did have a trade on VIX. Oh, so close, but so far. I did buy VIX here when it triggered the V2 at 2023. My stop was a close below halfway the washout bar. I did get stopped out for a loss at 218. So I got in at 2023, got out for a loss at 218, and then it just took off like a rocket ship without me, which I thought was quite rude, actually. That one was a loss. And then Netflix, I did have a trade to the short side on Netflix earlier in the day. Here we go. What caught my eye was this big down bar. Then we rallied to halfway, or rallied inside of the bar. I got interested when it got to halfway. Then it triggered a V1 to the downside, coming from a lower high. This was also a lower high, which I liked about it. So we had the big down bar. We rallied into the big bar. Then we had a V1 trigger to the downside. I shorted at 693.70. I covered some here at 691.50. I covered some here at 690.30. And then covered some more here at 687.70. And that was enough for me. And so I shorted at 693.70, out at 691.50, out at 690.30, and out at 687.70. All right, so that takes care of those trades as well. So I can get rid of Apple. Well, I guess I can get rid of them all, actually. I'll put VIX over here for fun. Yeah, that Roku trade was no good. Not good at all. Tom is here. Good to see you, Thomas. Hope you're having a good day. Yucky day. Nigma says, I accidentally added to a position, have been kicking my butt all day. Yay. Yep, it happens. There's Steve Burns. Steve, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're having a great day. Appreciate you being here. Always appreciate you being here. I know everyone else feels like that as well. So thanks, bud. Michael Wilkinson is here. I'm late. Hi, everybody. Good to see you, Lova. Bacon Bandit says, how does VIX look as a V2? Any reason you trade VIX as opposed to VIX? Well, VIX is the index. That's the futures market, Mike. VIX is just something I can trade on the regular market. It's a derivative of the VIX index because the VIX is an index. There is Frank. Good to see you, Frank. Hope you're having a good day. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel, bud. There is Ava. Ava, good to see you. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel as well. Gary says, hello, Greg and group. Tough day for Roku. Yes, it was. But if we're looking at this half full. I remember when it got down here today and I was like, oh, do I want to? Should I bounce? I'm like, come on. Of course you do. And luckily I did what I was supposed to do because it is lower. Steve says, oddly enough, my wife had her new TV delivered today, and for the first time in 8 years, she didn't buy a Roku. I had to exit the stock while they were on the way to deliver it. Told Holly it was her fault. Yeah, they needed that one more unit sold. Wow. Yep. Well, that's how it goes. That's how it goes. All right. So again, BABA, getting out of BABA today because earnings are tomorrow morning, taking a loss on this, just selling it, taking the loss. CFG looks fine, no issues here, positive. CMG selling half with the close below the 5 and the 20 today. That makes me, my rules are to sell half. Facebook down on the day, up on the trade. Play, bright spot, up nicely today, 1.85%. Roku, of course, already out. And then SPY. All right. Well, let's take a look at your positions, shall we? Here we go. Here is Ava. Ava bought IBB yesterday, NASDAQ Biotechnology ETF. I like this sideways motion. I like the V1, and I like what it's done today. Ava bought yesterday at 154 even. It's 154.37. It is up on the day, and it is up on the trade, which is saying a lot on a day like today. So way to go, Ava. Amazon. Gary bought Amazon with an intraday rejection of the 250. Bought this all the way at 33.10.49. It's 35.59.92. Amazon has been strong. Gary is up 7.01% on this trade. Way to go. Boeing, glad to see Boeing up for David and Kamal. Kamal back here. Kamal bought at 206. David bought at 206.50 with an under 30, over 30. This is up it's up 0.66% today, and it is also up 9.06% on the week, or on the trade. Lilia bought Philip Morris, false breakout to the downside, V1, close over the 200, bought at 93.66. We're at 93.72, so it is up on the day, and it is up on the trade. CVNA, Lava bought CVNA yesterday at 380 cents. It's 294.50. It's down 2.09%. So down on the day, down on the trade. Otis is another one from Lava, right? Yeah. Okay. Nice higher low V2, bought here at 81.78, and this has just moved up like a rocket ship, up 1.12% today, and up 4.31% on the trade. MMC, Dynamic Duo, and Ava bought MMC back here with the return to value, 520 crossover, 164 even. It's 167.75. It is down 0.45% today, but on the trade, up 2.28. So very, very nice. All right, here we go. We have Beyond Meat. We have Steve Burns buying Beyond Meat under 30, over 30. Bought this here at 84.96. It's 80.23. It is down 3.79% today, and also on the trade. And it looks like it is lost the 30 RSI. Disney also down. Kamal, Gary bought Disney. Gary bought it at 158.56. Kamal bought it at 158.90. It's 158.04. It is down on the day, and it is down on the trade. LRCX, Lava bought LRCX 520 crossover. V2 bought at 572.70. It's at 631.40. It's down 0.45% today, but this particular trade up 9.14%. So way to go, Lava. FITB, Tom and Karen bought FITB a couple days ago here at 44.63. It's 44.29. It is down on the day and it is down on the trade. And then last but not least, we have TMUS. Love bought this yesterday at 118.41. It's 116.61. It's down 1.48% on the day, and it is also down on the trade. So Alibaba, I'm just flagging the ones that I have to deal with today. Alibaba, I have to get out with a close because of earnings tomorrow. CMG, I'm selling half because it closed below both the 5 and the 20. That is where I took my entry from. CFG, doing fine. Facebook, doing fine. Play, doing fine. Roku, already out with the emergency stop. And then, of course, buying SPY at the close. All right, Frank has a poem for us. Always look forward to that. Let's put this up here. Let me paste it on in. All right, here we go. Most traders have been hit by the old 1-2 punch, like today on Roku. Most traders have been hit by the old 1-2 punch. You didn't see it coming, but sure felt its crunch. Emotions are useless. That's a fact, not a hunch. Oh, how the market loves to steal your lunch. Oh, it's so good. Most traders have been hit hard by the old 1-2 punch. You didn't see it coming, but sure felt its crunch. Emotions are useless. That's a fact, not a hunch. Oh, how the market loves to steal your lunch. That's it. Everything can be going along just great. Out of the blue, you'll get this rogue wave day where everything goes against you. It's kind of like today with Roku. Yep, it's true. You have to respect the market. It does not just go up. Jonathan is here. Thank you, Frank. Jonathan is here. Evening, Greg and group. Nice to see you, Jonathan. Gary says, hey, Greg, I'm out of Amazon. Ran out of shares. Okay. All right, so we'll take Amazon off then. Tom says, I actually grabbed Tesla but forgot to say it. What is Tesla doing today? Oh, yeah. After that false breakout to the downside, V2. All right, Tom, I'll put you on there, buddy. Right there about at the close, I imagine. And there's Tom. Way to go, Tom. Nice day, up 3.7%. Pretty sweet. All right. Trying to figure out where I am here. Tracy says, Ava, what do you think of MMC? It's holding the 5 EMA and MACD and still green. We are contemplating holding. How about you? Well, Ava can answer that. Glad to see it is holding the 5 EMA. Glad to see it is holding the previous day's low. That's good. Paxton says, I love it, Frank. I do as well. Frank says, thanks, Greg and Paxton. I was lucky to exit Roku and duck the hit last night. Oh, thank goodness. Good for you. Roku making a low on the day. My gosh. Down 11, almost 12%. Almost 12%. How about that? All right, everybody. So listen, before we start looking at end of day trades today, just want to switch gears for a moment, talk about trader psychology. There's some great channels on Twitter and Facebook that I like to follow. and that post good information, good trading words of wisdom. This is two for the price of one. We have Akil Stokes at Akil Stokes RTM over on Twitter. He is a trader. He's a educator, trading coach. Great channel. Please support him at Akil Stokes RTM. And then Akil shared something here from Michael Lamott, who has a great channel. Mara Financial is the name of his company. You can follow him at Michael G. Lamott, MichaelGlamothe. Michael was kind enough, he has a great podcast as well. He was kind enough to have me on as a guest. So go over and support these two gentlemen, Akil Stokes at Akil Stokes RTM, and then also Michael Lamott at Michael G. Lamott, and Lamott spelled Lamothe. So let's take a look at this post here from Michael Lamott. 1. Top traders think for themselves. You need to think for yourselves, everyone. You can't rely on other people. You need to learn your charts. You need to be self-sufficient and think for them. You have to think for yourselves. Don't get caught up in somebody saying, oh, this is a good setup, or oh, this stock has to go up. Do your own research. Do your due diligence. Best trades really are the ones that are fundamental and technical at the same time. But number 1, think for yourself. Number 2, don't care when others disagree. Yeah, I don't care when people don't like my setups, right? Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong, but you have to be confident in your own setups and your own ability. Number 3, can trade safely through chaos. You know, this is a big thing, right? We have a lot of chaos in the market, and you need to be able to navigate the market correctly, not be impulsive. Buy the amount of shares that you're supposed to buy, follow your process, right? And when it gets chaotic, sometimes that's hard to do. Top traders are always learning, right? They're continuing to learn. Even me, I've been trading for 25 years. I continue to learn. I continue to day trade about trading. I think about different trading approaches, but yes, always keep learning. Number 5, don't participate in market debate. I 100% agree with this one. I don't care what anyone else is buying or why they're buying it unless it's my decision and I feel comfortable about it. I just don't care. Cut losses quickly, of course, right? Remember the garden, right? The analogy of the garden. Your portfolio, you want to let the winners grow, but you need to get rid of the losers quickly. And just like a garden, your vegetables, your flowers, that's what you're letting grow. But when you have losses, you need to get rid of those losses quickly. Otherwise, the weeds will smother the garden. And in trading, your big losses will smother your profits from your winners. So keep the losses, or cut losses quickly. Number 7, their opinion matches price action. I love this. Look at Steve Burns, one of the best out there, right? When he goes long, he is bullish because he had a signal, right? He doesn't care what other people think, but I can tell his opinion is bullish when I look at the charts. I know that he's bullish because, and I know why he's bullish, because the price action is bullish. Number 8, trade small. I don't think it's talked about enough. The smaller you trade, the less emotions you have. The less emotions you have, the more you stick to your plan. Number 9, have confidence. Okay, well, that's easier said than done, but you do get confidence by trading many years, by starting to have consistent, profitable results. It's not always going to happen, but yeah, you need to have confidence in your trading. And number 10, just never quit. Don't quit. I've said this before, if you keep trading, you're just going to get better by osmosis and just by being around it. But if you blow up your account, then you have no more chips to play with and you're not going to get good. It's whether it's ice skating, whether it's guitar, you have to practice, get those reps, and it is the same with trading. So top traders think for themselves, don't care when others disagree, can trade safely through chaos, are always learning. Don't participate in market debate. They cut losses quickly. Their opinions match their price action. They trade small. They have confidence, and they never quit. So great post there, Mike. Appreciate that. Akil, thank you, sir, for sharing it. Please follow both Akil and Mike. Akil's on Twitter at Akil Stokes RTM, and Michael Lamott is at Michael G. Lamott. All right. Ava says she is holding MMC. Tracy, David is here. Hi, Greg and group. Good to see you, David. Tracy says, thank you, Tracy. Steve says, yesterday I went long TRU at 166.67 on the 520 crossover. I couldn't post because my internet was down. I tried to post it again 5 minutes ago and my internet went down also. So you're in true TRU. Oh, that's right. And you bought that at 166 or 116, probably 116, Steve, right? Yeah, it's 116.67. Pretty sure about that. With the 520 crossover. Yep, that makes sense. Steve with the 520. All right, nice trade, Steve. Up 0.71% today already. Way to go. Steve says, I will post my Beyond Meat and Roku exit levels here at the close if I have an internet connection. Okay, bud. Digma says, don't accidentally add to your position. Number 11. It happens. It usually happens when you're short and you think you're long, and just out of habit, instead of buying, you sell it to get out of your short, but actually you add more positions. That's always fun. Yep, 116 typo. Okay. All right. All right, let me get a little drink here. And we shall see what is going on today. All right, first on deck, we have CCL. CCL does not have a signal right now, but it does have a beautiful double bottom with a bullish divergence. Here's the low with deep red MACD bars. We rally into green. We come back. We test this low equal to or lower with less green MACD bars. This is a double bottom with the bullish divergence. But what's important to know here, yeah, it's a double bottom and bullish divergence, but there is no trigger. Once you have a double bottom with the bullish divergence, you need a trigger like an under 30 over 30, maybe a V1, a V2. It did get down to 34.40. So with this double bottom and bullish divergence here, I will be looking, not today because there's no trigger, but I will be looking for like an under 30 or an over 30 because it does have a double bottom with the bullish divergence. I'm just waiting on a trigger. Lockheed Martin does have a, it has a V1, but it's not really valid. We did come into the value zone. We went lower than yesterday's low, closing of yesterday's close. It does have a V1 to the downside yesterday. See how the day before we had a high, we went higher, we closed below, but then we rallied right back with an up bar, which is positive. In addition to the V1, let's see, has it rejected the 50 RSI? No, very close though, very close. CSX does have a return to value, sideways motion, and a V1 rejection, false breakout to the downside, and also a V1. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly is a little high for me, but holding the 5 EMA, it's not bad. So let me put, yeah, CSX is not bad. Let me move this stuff over for fun, for funsies. All right, so CSX is my favorite one so far. CERN has a return to value, sideways motion, and also a V1 false breakout to the downside. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly is okay, nothing great about it, but it is neutral. We have that 100-day moving average above us. I like that it's up today on a down day. That's always good. So that one is still a potential. I know it has the 200, but until it rejects it, I'm not that concerned about it. XCL has a 520 crossover. I tried to backtest this, could not get a backtest. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly is right up there at the 100-day moving average. I don't know if Kamal or Steve, if you're able to backtest XEL with the 520 crossover. I do like the higher low V1. I like the V1 to the downside yesterday that got reversed back up. I like that it came from sideways motion somewhat. So XEL is definitely a potential as well. mRNA under 30 over 30. It is up 4.26% already. We're right here at the negative third ATR channel, which concerns me a little bit. We have the 200-day moving average looming above. I just feel like it's chasey. And then GILD, this came from Paxton, and this looks pretty good as well. We have a close over the 200-day. We held the 200. We came back. We back tested the 100-day moving average. We went under 50, over 50, and a V1. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly's just kind of hanging out here, range bound. How many shares? 5.291 billion. I like that it's up on a down day. Retested the 200 along with the V1. Not too shabby as well. So all right, so CSX, I like the sideways motion. I like the V1. I like the false breakout to the downside. Looks pretty good, actually. Let's take a look at the weekly. Holding the 5 EMA, a little high. That's the only thing, but this does offer a pretty good risk-to-reward ratio. I like how the price came down slowly. It didn't come down like big skyscraper to the downside. It came down slowly. In my opinion, those tend to bounce better. CERN, return to value, sideways motion, false breakout to the downside, V1. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly, that one still looks pretty good. XEL, let's see if anyone was able to. TSM, let's look at that real quick. We have time. Oh yeah, we have plenty of time. Taiwan Semiconductor was pointed out by Lilia. Thank you, Lilia. Rejected the 200-day moving average. 50-week support of the 50 support on the weekly. Yep, that is good. Let's put that on there as well. Okay. George, good to see you, George. Says, hi, Greg. Could you check ABC sideways motion V1 in the value zone? RSI is 5380. You bet. ABC. I like it. We came to the value zone. We made a lower high, but today we washed out that low plus a V1 weekly inside the big bar still. I like it. I like it a lot. Amerisource Bergen Corporation. Under 50, over 50. I'm going to have to put that one on there. That one does look good. Steve says, I know the XLE doesn't backtest well on crossover. It tends to have too many false signals and does better with long-term trend with the 200 or the 250. And that's on XLE. Yeah, all right. All right, so that one doesn't backtest well. So that I'm going to take off just to make things easier. DHR backtest well on the 520 cross. I don't know that. Let me see if I can backtest that one. Yes, I can, thankfully. And DHR does backtest positively. I mean, technically, I'm using this by etfreplay.com, DHR 520 crossover, hit the backtest button. And yes, it does backtest well, up 72.7%. It has a much bigger drawdown than buy and hold and did not perform well compared to buy and hold. So with that reason, I would probably stay away from that. It's already moved a significant difference to make that 520 crossover happen. George says, finally won. Yeah, well, you know, it's a good one. It's a good one, George. But, you know, that is what, it's hard to find good setups. Like there's setups that you can talk yourself into, but that's a perfect setup. I mean, that's ABC. I like it. Sideways motion, lower high, washed out the low, triggered the V1, good relative strength. 974,000 shares traded. Looking at the weekly inside the bar. Yeah, I like it. So let me put on here TSM and do the math on that one as well. And then ABC, let's do the math on ABC as well. Oh yeah, about the same. All right. All right, so we've got CSX, we've got GILD, we've got TSM, and we've got ABC. I'm going to let CERN go because of the 200. So CSX, false breakout to the downside, V1. I like how we move down slowly. GILD, the big down bar yesterday, we still haven't been able to overcome that. That concerns me a bit. TSM looks good, no doubt about it. And ABC looks really good. All right. So, CSX, GILD, TSM, and ABC are my potentials today. Tesla's doing nice for Tom. All right, CSX, GILD, TSM, and ABC. All right. So I'm going to go ahead here. I'm going to sell BABA because earnings are tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and take that off right now. Lock in that loss. All right, so BABA is done. CMG looks like it's going to close below both the 5 and the 20. I'm going to sell half. Okay. CFG, I think we're good. Facebook, I believe we're good. Play, glad to see that up today. And Roku, I already got out of with the maximum allowed loss. That was not fun. My two favorites today are CSX and ABC. Same formation, return to value, sideways motion. Tracy says NSC, NCS, or NSC. Yeah, it's sideways motion of V1, but it's not in the value zone, Tracy. Leo is here. Hi, how you doing? You trade IPOs? I don't usually trade IPOs. I know Steve Byrne does with the 520 crossover as the trigger for the trade. But me generally, Leo, I do not trade IPOs. But it's good to see you. Steve says, Roku plunged based on one analysis downgrade based on digital advertising. What a puke on that news. Boy, I guess so. They were just waiting for anything. All right. So I did sell Alibaba. With the maximum, with the close, because earnings are tomorrow, 3.97% loss. Did sell half of CMG with the 520 crossover, or closing below both the 5 and the 20 crossover. So I did sell another half of that after selling half yesterday. CFG's looking good, looking fine. Facebook looking good, looking fine. Play's doing pretty well, which is nice. VIX making a new high on the day. So it comes down to CSX or ABC. I'll tell you what, I think I'm going to go with George's pick today. I'm going to go with ABC. Looks pretty dang good. All right, so I am going to buy ABC today with this return to value. We had a lower high, but we washed out the low. Nice false breakout to the downside and a nice legit V1 over 50 RSI. That one makes the most sense to me, but I'm just waiting till the end of the day. I did sell Roku. I got out of Baba. I sold half a CMG. All right, we've got about 8 minutes to go. Steve says, SE chart, another wild plunge and bounce near the 30 RSI. C Limited, oh boy. Oh boy. Did bounce under 30 over 30, down 4.65% today. All right, about 7 minutes to go. And again, my favorite pick today, ABC. My stop will be here, halfway of the washout bar, so a good risk to reward ratio. All right, so this morning, Steve exited Roku at 252.50, so he is out of Roku. He is also out of Beyond Meat. He exited Facebook for a 0.42% gain as it lost the low of the day 2 days in a row. And we have 5 minutes to go. All right, so I'm just getting ready to buy ABC. And I'm going to do that right now. Okay. All right, so I did buy ABC, everyone. VIX making a high on the day. All right. Couple minutes to go. Looks like the Qs are making a low on the day. One minute to go, everyone. 1 minute. About 30 seconds. All right, that is it for the day. Where's my dingy sounds? Oh, there we go. All right, so I did buy ABC today at 124.82. I did buy the overnight SPY trade at 468.14. So ABC over here bought at 124.82. Okay. And thanks for pointing out that trade, George. And then SPY. Grab this over here at 468.14. All right. All right, so listen, if any of my students have any new entries or exits for me today that they would like me to update on the board, go ahead, put them in the live stream right now. I'll get them all updated momentarily. First, just want to remind everybody that I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I love to teach. I'm a great teacher. I teach a really good course that consists of 5 sessions. Each session is 3 hours, so it's a total of 15 hours. I teach you all 5 of the different trading approaches that I use and I have been using for the last 25 years. I teach you step by step, so when you're done with this course, you will become a better trader, I promise you. If you're interested, the course is $1,750, but it's worth every single penny. And you know, if you're interested in doing this, I promise you it's going to help your trading. I promise you you're going to enjoy the time. You are going to learn a lot. We're going to have a lot of fun together. But all you need to do to start the process is send me an email. Email is in the description of this video. And in the email, say, hey, Greg, potentially interested in taking your course. I'll say, great, let's set up a Skype call. The Skype call is free. There's no sales pressure whatsoever. It's just for me to get to know you a little bit better, find out about your current trading, what your goals are, what your trading challenges have been, and then answer any questions that you have about the course as well. And then when we're done with the call, think about it as long as you want, as long as you need. And one day if you decide, hey, today's the day, email me, we'll get the course set up, we'll get it scheduled, and away we'll go. Number 2, I do have an online course available at udemy.com. It's a great course. I've got so many good reviews from all over the world. In it, I teach you to trade the deep dip buy stock trading strategy. I teach you step by step. The course has 9.5 hours of video. It has 26 videos total. It has 15 study guides, and all of that only costs $12 or $15 because Udemy sets the pricing. It is a steal. It is going to make you a better trader. If you don't have the capital available for the one-on-one course, take the online course. The link to udemy.com is in the link of this description, and you will love the course. And lastly, as always, if you don't mind, if you learned something today, if you found it helpful, I would appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button before you leave today. It helps the channel, keeps the channel around, lets YouTube know that there's some valuable content, and so they can get out there and they can share things a little bit better, or a little bit more. All right, let's see what we have here. So Roku got us all, except for Frank. Steve is out of Roku. SE, nothing happened there. Exited Beyond Meat. Okay. And exited Facebook for Steve. All right, profitable trade there, Steve. Way to go. And I put you into what was it that I put you into? I put you into something. True. Oh, I see. Okay. I see what the issue is. All right. All right. That's all taken care of. So I got you into True, Steve. I took you out of Roku. I took you out of Beyond Meat. Took you out of Facebook. George says, thanks, Greg. Good evening. Enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you, bud. Gary is also out of Roku. Oh, I don't think I had Gary in Roku. Okay. Out of Baba. I have Karen and Lava, but I didn't have Gary. And then also a half ABC. One half on ABC. Kamal is out of Roku and Disney. Okay. Roku, we have Kamal. Okay. David is out of Roku. I guess I don't have David on there. Out of CMG. There's David. And I sold half of that today as well. And out of CVNA. Yeah. That one's a tough one. Tom has no new ads today. Okay, very good. Ava is out of Roku. CMG at break even. I like that. Half TSM. AVA 1/2. And AVA in half of ABC. All right, very good, Ava. Michael is out of Roku. Out of Baba. That's Lava. Out of TMUS. Okay. Out of play accidentally. Okay, I didn't have you in play. And ABC. All right. Karen is out of Roku. Out of Baba. Yeah, so that's all for Baba. In ABC. Okay. And CSX. Okay. Okay. Gary said, didn't see Disney go under 30. We'll watch closely in the morning. Frank is in a half position of CSX. Okay, 1/2 for Frank. Paxton is in GILD. Jonathan is out of Roku. And in a half ABC. Okay. Michael said, and add a CMG yesterday after I realized, oh, I see. All right, so that's everyone except for me. Leo says, you write down people's trades. I do if they're my students, Leo. If they're my students and have studied with me in the past, then yes, I put up their trades, as you can see right now that I'm doing. Jonathan's out of Roku, out of in half of ABC. So yeah, if you're my student and if you're one of my students, then yes, I put up your trades so we can follow them. Gary says, thank you, Greg. Have a great afternoon, Greg and all. Thank you very much, Gary. I appreciate that, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Moderna. Up today. I don't know. Are we looking at something after hours? Is that what we're doing? mRNA. I'm expecting something dramatic. No. Down 45 cents. But it did go under 30 over 30. It did go under 30 over 30. It's legitimate. It was a little too close to that 200. I didn't feel like the risk to reward was all that great. You think it's going to close the gaps? Well, we have big gap here, big gap here. Have to get up there, get up there. We'll see. Be interesting to see how it revolves and how it reacts around the 200-day moving average. Leo says 2 extended to the downside as long as it holds 240. Yeah, you know, if I were to have taken this trade today, I would use the 250-day as my stop, my end-of-day stop, which is about 231. So let's see what's going on after hours here. ABC is unchanged. CFG is unchanged. CMG is down 4. Facebook unchanged. Gold had a nice day today, down a penny. Goldman Sachs, have a short on Goldman Sachs. It did really well today. It was down 2.86%, so I'm grateful for that. That's on a weekly trade. Play is unchanged. PayPal down to 4.36% today. That trade was doing well on the weekly, and now it's down. Qs, what's going on? Qs are down after hours. SPY is down after hours. Bonds had a nice update today, and then VIX is probably, I was going to say up, but it's unchanged. Paxton says, tomorrow, Leo, test the 30 and hope that it intraday rejects the 250, then I like it. Yeah, that sounds good to me. All right, everybody, if you have any other updates for me, if you have any new additions or subtractions, if you're one of my students to the board, let me know. This would be the time. I think I got all my student stuff taken care of. If you have any jokes, anything you want to contribute, you can put that up there as well. Before I do that, just want to read this, like to read this every day. This is from Martin Kornfeld. If we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction. And this is something I try to incorporate in my life every day. I do try to do at least one nice thing for another human being each day. I try to do one nice thing for an animal each day as well. I was raised with a lot of animals. They really appreciate love and kindness just like we do. And, you know, go out. It doesn't have to cost any money. You can just hold the door open for someone, be pleasant, help them pick something up if they've dropped it. Just a little something. Doesn't cost anything, but it goes a long way. And if you have an animal or you come across an animal, you know, talk to it, give it a little scratch on the head, maybe give it a little bite to eat, a little pat on the bum. Never hurts, right? And maybe one day when you need it, someone will be there for you as well. Leo says it bounced at 220. Anything under 220 is bearish. So we're at 242. So we're holding that 200-day moving average. That was on my list today, Leo, by the way. But I just thought that the risk to reward ratio, I don't like that we rejected the negative third ATRs channel. Kamal says, thank you, Greg. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you, Kamal. Thanks for everything you do, buddy. I'm going to call you on my walk so we can talk about dogs. Paxton says, good luck, everyone. Have a great day. Thank you, Paxton. All right. So that leaves us CMG. I did sell a half yesterday. I sold another half, so I have a quarter left. CMG, CFG is doing fine. Held yesterday's low, keeping. Facebook have taken some nice profits on this one. This one's a little bit longer term here. I'm waiting for us to get up to the 65 RSI, and if we do, then if we get a close below the 5 EMA, I'll be out. Alternatively, if we get a close below the 200, I will also, but it's nice to have a profitable trade here. Give yourself some breathing room. Play, nice. Hit one profit target today. SPY, had the overnight SPY loss. Bought this at the close. And then lastly, my new entry today was ABC with a return to value, sideways motion, washout, V1, under 50, over 50. A lot of good indicators. Does it mean it's going to go up? It does not, right? But I have a plan regardless. Okay, let's see. Ava says, thank you, Greg and everyone. Thank you, Ava. I appreciate that, my friend. Yeah, was a good group today. Tough day today, mainly because of Roku. Roku kind of was a little rude. Paxton said, I had so many picks today. I went deep today. That's fantastic, Packy. Proud of you, buddy. So the Qs are down 38 cents. SPY's down 20. VIXI is now up 5. All right. Well, listen, I think that's it today. Appreciate you being here. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Be good, be kind, drive safe, get some air, be nice to people, be nice to animals. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. So tomorrow's Thursday, and we'll see what this market has to bring. It's kind of an interesting day today. A little bit of a sell-off there. Everything was red on the day, so we'll see what tomorrow brings. But thanks again, everyone. On the way out, I have to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Take care. Bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity.